So, what's going on, everybody? Trader MBD here. Wow, I am in the ATL, Atlanta. I'm on the outskirts, suburban areas, going to see my best friend since junior high. And he's in the education field. He's a principal. And wow, yeah, he's super liberal. But being that he's a principal, it's wow, it's like reminiscing back in the day, long time from smoking trees, me being a dope boy back in the day. Just wow, just we've come a long way. We were knuckleheads coming up. And back in the day, he was the nerdier one, and I always had to protect him because, I was hard and nobody would really mess with me. Regardless of how I come across now, my girl says I code switch because one day we actually went back to where we from, Portsmouth, Virginia, and she saw me, the real me come out, I code switch back to normal, which I suppress now. Being in the military, traveling around the world, that side of me is gone. But it's hard, when I get around my homeboys from back home, it slips back out as much as I try to suppress it. So even a couple panels I've been on, I think I let the old me out, but I try to keep them inside. Like I said, one day I'll get down to what, the MBD stands for. So, how to deal with liberal friends. This is my man from day one. We've been friends since, 1988. Thick as thieves, always there for each other. And even when, I was on the liberal side of things, I was still way more conservative than him. But I talked to him, a couple hours ago. Hey, man, I'm on my way to the A. We're going to kick it. We talking about going out, doing some things. He's got some things going on himself. So he's like, man, I really need to get away. I can imagine, with the school district and everything being shut down all these months and, trying to educate, kids from school or home, and they're at the home. So yeah, he's really stressed out, trying to educate these kids, especially and I think he's in Gwinnett County. But other than that, I man, let's go out, let's chill, maybe drink a little bit. I don't really drink, but it's my man. So I might have, one or two, something simple, but his mouth, blah, 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 politics. I'm like, man, I don't get down with politics. You know that. And so here we go again. Continue the conversation. He brings it up again. Man, I can't wait to talk to you about this. I said, man, let's not talk politics. Let's just go out and have some fun. Oh, my God, I forgot. You're a Trumper. I was like, bro, I'm conservative, man. But, let's just go out and have a good time, see what's going on. Nope. Oh, no, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. I'm like, bro, you're not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change yours. I don't even want to get down like that. But it is what it is. I'm on my way there. I'm 4 minutes away from his crib now. So we're going to see how this goes. For me, I was like, hey, man, let's just not talk politics, have a good time. That's my approach to it. Of course, I'm going to do a part 2 to this and let you all know how it went. But for right now, let's just see how it goes. How to deal with liberal friends, part 1.
All right, y'all, I'm back. It's a new day, just waking up. Yeah, me and my boy, we hung out till around 4 a.m. I hit up a little sports bar out in the cut and grabbed some food. And yeah, sure enough, he wanted to go there with politics. And I'm like, bro, don't do it. Because one thing, I think he forgot was that I was a history guy. Even though he's got a master's and all this in history principle, I've been a history guy since I was 3 years old, when my father made me read the encyclopedia and Reader's Digest on a weekly basis. But instead of reading the encyclopedia, as my father suggested, I read it from A to Z, the World Book, volume 1974. I read all of it, and then continued to delve into history, black history, foreign history, political history, history of warfare. I dug into all of it, and I truly understand politics. And I'll do a video later on about the political parties and how there was never a switch. Shout out to you, MOT. I got something for you, bro. Much love, though. But getting back to last night. Wow. He was shocked and amazed. Even though last time we hung out, he realized that, my views were conservative. I'm a strong believer in family. I'm a strong believer in, being accountable for your actions. And those are a couple things, that he couldn't really argue about. I'm also big on, law and order, as well as, support for the military. And couldn't really argue. He tried to, basically speak about police brutality, and I just, look, bro, it's non-existent. The minuscule number of cases compares nothing to what's actually going on in the communities. And being that we're both from Portsmouth, Virginia, I'm like, bro, do we need to pull up the news of where we're from? And silence, crickets, of course. Now let's go on to some topics, that I figured would hit near and dear to his heart. This freaking idiot snowflakes in Portland, top of the statue of George Washington, wrapped an American flag around the statue's neck and set it on fire. And he's like, oh, it was a mistake. They should have. I said, man, it wasn't a mistake. They knew exactly what they were doing. That's what my feelings were. I said, man, all those little punks need to be freaking, well, they need their asses kicked is what they need. Let's just say I got a little more graphic than that. The conversation continued. We talked about Rayshard Brooks, and he started excusing criminal behavior, everything he did, which led up to him getting shot. I'm like, bro, how about just not be a criminal? Whoa, prison reform. I said, bro, how about just not be a criminal? Don't do criminal things. And I'm like, you gotta remember who you're talking to, bro. I lived that life. Well, man, they treated, I said, nobody treated me unfairly. Everything I did, every encounter, the negative encounter that I had with the police, it was brought on by my own actions. So the night continued. We had fun, I even tossed back a couple and just reminisce of the old times. And my friend, he's going through some issues, at the house. And so I just, I gave him some advice. Bro, you need to get rid of those liberal ways, and freaking man the fuck up in your house. Honestly, man, that whole political shit being on the left, it comes with a lot of feminine energy, because you're making excuses in an emotional way for the handout mentality and the dysfunctional mentality of the black community. And it doesn't seat well. I'm like, bro, you're an educator. Your job, your goal is to educate our future generations. So we got into business, talking entrepreneurship, things of that nature. And I let him know, like, with the quick, look, man, if you really want to do this, if you want to get on my level, man, start you a nonprofit, start you a 503c, raise some funds, and go ahead and, create a charter school for young boys. Put them in slacks, sport jackets, shirt and tie, and teach them real subjects. Teach them about credit. Teach them about real estate. Teaching them about, basically generational wealth, if you really want to make change in the community within the schools. But that's how it goes. Just fast forward. The rest of the night was pretty chill. Some back and forth laughter, just jabbing at them, having fun. Because honestly, it's fun to pick with, liberals when they come with their fantasy talking points. He brought up AOC. And I said, bro, AOC would only be good for one thing for me, if my girl's listening. I already told you this. But she's hot. That's the only thing. She can make me some drinks. That's about it. Other than that, politics, no, not really. That tweet of hers yesterday sealed the deal with that. You got rocked, really? I think my 15-year-old daughter uses that phrase, maybe. But anyway, we're going to hang out again today and see if he's brave enough to talk politics. He actually wants to come on my show and do an interview, do a one-on-one. So if he does, I'm like, all right, bro, we'll have some fun with it. But anywho's, y'all, we're about to hit the streets of ATL, and just to show you that conservatives and liberals can get along. At the end of the day, we're Americans, and don't let a friendship be corrupted by a couple political parties. Don't let it happen. In the end, one thing I'll tell you is that when I hit him for his core values, I said, bro, you're conservative. I remember your father and how you were brought up. You're conservative. But it is what it is, man. The mentality has to be broken of the culture. But that's all I got. Hey, hit that like button, share the video, leave me a comment below. Tell me how you feel about this. Tell me if you got any friends you're dealing with that are of the opposite way of thinking or different political parties. And hit that subscribe button and notification bell. All right, Trader MBD, I'm out. 1.